said, girl, tricks are for kids. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Leslie. If you don't know me, been gone for a while now. I know I had to take time off of YouTube, just a lot of stuff going on in the world that were really draining, and other personal stuff that I maybe one day will open up about them, I don't know. But anyways, I'm so glad to be back with you guys, making some more videos here on YouTube. I did update a few things here, so the channel name did change. It's not my name anymore, it's just Lin Beauty and Lifestyle. Did want to explain that we're going to be doing mostly makeup and skincare videos. I am going to upload a vlog once a month. I'm still doing Tuesdays and Fridays as my upload days, just so you guys know. I just wanted to make the channel a little more cohesive and something more on schedule rather than just throwing random stuff at you guys here and there. Just wanted you guys to know what's gonna happen. But yeah, I've definitely missed you guys, and I'm so happy to be making videos for you guys again and just being here, and all the love and support that you guys always showed to me. I'm so thankful for that and glad that you guys stick around and enjoy these videos. But anyways, today's video is a full face of E.L.F. Pretty much everything that I used on my face is E.L.F. except for the lashes. So if you guys want to see how these products worked, then keep on watching. Alright guys, so we're gonna go ahead and get started here. I'm gonna start with just moisturizing my face, and I do want to apologize in advance if you guys can hear the fan. It is really hot in this room, and I have to have the fan running because my face will melt off if I don't. So we're gonna start with this moisturizer. Now this one, when I unboxed it and the first time I saw it, I kind of was like taken aback by it just because it's a jelly moisturizer. I haven't tried it yet on my actual face. I did like just stick my finger in it just to see what it felt like, but it just feels like a jelly. So all I'm gonna do is just put it on my face to moisturize. I've heard really good things about their skincare lately, and I hope that it is good. This is the only skincare product that I bought just because I wanted to just try out one thing instead of buying a whole bunch of other things. I do still have a lot in my collection. I'm trying to get through that first before I try to buy any more skincare products. Now to moisturize the lips a little bit, I do have these ones here. By the time you guys are seeing these have probably been out for a month now. These are the Ride or Die Lip Balm. I have the Mighty Mint, which is just a clear one, and I have the Just Peachy that has a little bit of a tint in it. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on my lips just to moisturize them a little bit. And these actually smell like those sour peach rings. It smells so good. It makes me want to buy some peach rings. You guys can see it just has a little bit of a tint. It's nothing too drastic. So if you don't want to wear any lipstick or anything like that, especially right now in the summer when it's really hot, you don't really want to put any makeup on, you can just throw this on and it feels really good and moisturizing to the lips. So far at least, I haven't really tried it. This is the second time that I use it. So now we're gonna move on to the brow products, and I bought two. I've never used their brow pencil before that I can remember. I have used their gel though. I don't know if you guys saw my empties video, maybe the last one I did. I talked about it. I don't like the lash part of this, but I only buy it because of the brow part. The brow part is really good. It makes your brow stay on all day. It's really awesome. The lash part, I don't feel like it did anything for me, so I don't use it, but it's definitely worth it for the brow side. We're gonna go ahead and get started on the brows. None of the products that I have here have a mirror in it, so I just grabbed this MAC palette, a nice mirror. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows, and I will probably just go through this real quick. You guys know how I do my brows. I've showed them before. I don't really go into detail. Everybody has their own way of doing them. Plus I need to actually trim mine because they're getting kind of crazy. It's definitely on the lighter side. It's not as dark as I usually have them, but I'm not complaining. They don't look bad. I don't think it looks bad. What do you guys think? I don't know if I like how they look. I don't feel like I can manipulate my brows the way that I want them to. They look kind of off to me. Maybe because I'm not used to them being so light. I don't think that I like this brow pencil. Maybe if I got in a darker shade. It's not working the way I wanted to. I'm trying to see if I can add like more color on this part here so that I can make the arch a little bit better, because my hair is still all over the place, but it's kind of just dragging my hair. Like it's just coating the hair and nothing else. I don't like that. Okay, I'm gonna try to clean them up a little bit and I will be right back. So we are back. This is as good as it's gonna get. I tried to fix them as much as I could. Definitely won't be using this again. Do not like it. I have a feeling that I have tried it before for some reason. Like I tried it and I didn't like it, and I guess I forgot, and now I know that I don't like it again until I forget again and buy it. But what I used to fix them was just one of the eyeshadows from the eyeshadow palette. Is this shade right here called Cocoa. Now we're gonna go in with the gel here, and make sure you go in with the right side of it. It'll say on the bottle brow and lash, so you know which one you should be using. And I'm just hoping that this will help them look a little bit better. But they do. They are nice and coated, and they kind of do look better with this on than what they did before. You guys can see it's very good at coating all of them, and we're just gonna leave it at that because I don't want to mess them up more than they already are. With that pencil, I did not like it. I'm not gonna be using that again. Let's get on with the face. I haven't bought this primer before. I bought the green one before, and I remember that I didn't like it because it felt kind of silicone-y, and this one feels kind of the same way. I haven't tried it on my face yet. I just tried it like on my arm here just to see what it felt like, but maybe it'll be like a blurring primer. It says it's a tone adjusting face primer. Putting it all over my face. It does feel very silicone-y, kind of like the Too Faced Peach one. Let me see if it filled any of my pore. Okay, it's a little bit of a smoothing primer, a little bit. Kind of. You guys see the difference? I don't see a huge difference, just a little bit around my nose here. I see a little bit of a difference, but not too much. Now that we have that on, I'm gonna go in with a foundation. This is the Flawless Finish foundation. It says an oil-free satin finish, and I got the shade Nude, which is a peach and pinky undertones foundation, and it comes in a really nice bottle. The first one that I bought, and the only one that I bought before, used to be the Squeezy tube. I don't know if they still have that one or not. I don't remember seeing it on the site, but I could be wrong. Just gonna put it here on my hand there, and I'm gonna use one of their sponges. I'm going to be using this one, purple one, to see how it applies to the foundation. I've heard actually really good things about these sponges, so I'm excited to use them. I usually like to apply my base with brushes instead of sponges. It's a little bit light for my skin tone, but it does look nice. Definitely not full coverage. You can still see my skin through it. I'm gonna use the other sponge on this side because I have two. I have this one and this one. So let me finish off this side, and then I'll use the other one for the other side. I want to see if I can build it up as well, so that's why I'm grabbing a little bit more here. I can kind of build it up. I still can see my actual skin. It's not full coverage, doesn't seem like it to me at least. That's half of my face with this sponge. Let's see if there's a difference with the other sponge. Using this pink one here. Let's see if there's a difference. Not really. The shade definitely I got a little too light for me. Next time I need to go a little bit darker. But it's okay, we'll fix it with bronzer. It's not a big deal. This sponge feels more like my Real Technique sponge than the other one. The other one has some texture to it that makes it feel a little bit different. I feel like there's more full coverage on this side than this side. What do you guys think, or am I crazy? Am I just crazy? Well, I am crazy. I feel like this side covered more than this side. Like this sponge worked better than the other one. Yeah. I feel like this side is more covered than this side. You guys see the difference? Alright, we'll move on. I'm gonna move on to concealer now. This is the 16 Hour Camo Concealer, and I've actually used this concealer before. I do like it. It is a very nice concealer. Kind of hide my little friend here on my forehead. Lately, with all this mask wearing, I've been breaking out so bad that I have to hide them a little bit better. Now I'm gonna use this sponge here for my concealer. I've heard really good things about this one, so I'm hoping that it works good. This is actually really nice. It fits just right in there for you. You don't have to worry about a brush, trying to fit a brush in there. It actually is really nice. Okay. Okay, E.L.F. I see you. It definitely looks nice. I kind of look wrinkly a little bit under this eye. I don't know if you guys can see that. So I don't know if it's the foundation or the primer that is making me look like that, or the application of the other sponge on that foundation. I do like the sponge though. I'm not gonna lie, the sponge is really nice. I really did like this. This is awesome. Just trying to cover up that little guy there because he is large and in charge. I look very white right now. We're gonna fix that with the bronzer here in a second. I do have a powder. I'm gonna use just a little bit. I don't want to use too much because I feel like this foundation is already drying. It says satin finish, but it feels really drying on my face. Even though I put moisturizer on, it could also be the primer that I used. I don't think I like it. I need to try foundation by itself. This is the Halo Glow setting powder. Just gonna try a little bit of it. It says glow on it, but it's really not a glowy powder. So you guys can see that. It's a medium shade, but it's not like glowy. Maybe it has a little glow to it, but it's not like something crazy. I'm just gonna use a brush here. I'm gonna use this one from E.L.F. that I got. I also got brushes from E.L.F. that I'm gonna use here in a little bit, but I'm gonna start with this one to set my face. I didn't feel like I really need to set that foundation at all. Like I said, it feels really dry. The powder doesn't feel nice. It doesn't feel thick. It's a really thin powder. It feels really nice. Doesn't look thick on the face either, if you guys can see that. Just the shade, of course, of the powder is fine, but the foundation was way too light, so I probably need to pick up something darker for that. I am going to go in with this bronzer. Now, this is not new to me. I've had this bronzer for a while now. This is the Primer Infused bronzer in the shade Perpetually Tan. I've used this on my channel before, so it's not new, but I do like this bronzer actually. We're going to bring some life back to this pale face, so I don't look way too light. This brush is part of that rose gold collection that they have, the complexion one. I can't remember the exact name of it, but that's what this brush is a part of, just in case you guys were wondering. Okay, we brought some color back into the face. I'm gonna do a little bit on my nose, so there's a little bit of a shadow there. It doesn't look super white in the center of my face. I didn't like do anything too extra. Then I'm going to go in with blush, and I'm going to be using this one. This is a new one. This is the Primer Infused blush in the shade Always Peachy. I have the one that is the same as these, the Primer Infused blush, but it's the Always Fiery. So I'm going to use this one. Ooh, it's a little powdery, but super pretty and peachy, just like how I like him. Oh, it looks so nice. I really like this one. I love peachy coral blushes, and I love blush. I know you guys know because I always have a lot of blush on my face, but it's like one of the first things that my skin likes to drink up of my face, so I tend to put a lot so that it lasts as long as I can. And now I'm gonna go in with a highlighter. This is a baked highlighter in the shade Blush Gems, and it looks like this. It looks really pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and put that on my face. I think that I can use this one for that. I hope it picks it up. I know sometimes with baked highlighters and blushes you have to like scrape off the first layer for it to actually work, so I'm hoping that this will show up. Okay, I see a little something there. It's not like your in your face kind of highlighter. It's more of a subtle highlighter. It's still really pretty. Let's see, I try to grab a little bit more to see if I can intensify it a little bit more. Kind of, but not really. Let's try it with my finger. To see, when you put it on your finger, it looks really glowy. But then when you put it on your brush, not so much. You can see it a little bit better after I put it on my finger. I see that a lot better. Yep, for sure. It's really pretty, but kind of a bummer that you have to apply it with your finger. Or maybe I do need to scrape off the first layer for it to really pop. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to grab a mist to melt this all off because my face feels really tight, like really dry. So I'm going to use this. This is the E.L.F. Makeup Mist and Set. Let's go ahead and do that. and hopefully it'll bring some life back to my face, and so it doesn't feel so dry. I'm gonna try to add a little bit of highlighter to my nose here. I didn't add any. There you go. Wow, it looks a lot nicer on the nose than it did on the cheeks. We're gonna move on now to the palette, and this is what the palette looks like. Really pretty. It is the Retro Paradise palette, and these are the shades in it. Really nice and pretty shade. Very summery. I also did grab a set of eye brushes, which I'm going to be using here. So this is the Fluffy Eye Blender, and I'm going to go in between Fuego and Spice, these two here, for my transition. So a little bit above my crease is where I'll be placing them. Ooh, it is very dusty, and I can see it when I was putting it on my eye and also on the palette. You guys, I don't know if the camera will be able to catch that, but there is a little bit of fallout. For me, it doesn't bug me. I know some people it does, so I just wanted to let you know that it does do that. But the pigment is there for sure. You guys can see it looks really pretty. I really like this shade. The brush is really nice. It's not as fluffy as I would like it to be, but it's still nice. So as you guys can see, I put that on my crease, and now I'm just blending it up a little bit so it's not too harsh. I was not expecting it to have that much of a pigment with what I grabbed, but it is very nice. I'm gonna grab just Fuego now, that lighter orange, and just pop that here. Not necessarily in the inner corner, but just here in that little area here, right before the inner corner. Now I'm gonna go in with the shade Royal, which is this dark blue shade. It looks really pretty. And I'm gonna put that in the outer corner here. Now this one's not as intense as the other ones were, which is good because I can build it up as dark as I wanted. I'm kind of just dabbing the color in before I blend, instead of going back and forth, because I don't want it to fall on my foundation. Building up that color as dark as I wanted, and I think this is pretty good. I went in maybe about 3 times to get it this dark. Now that I have that shade on, I'm gonna go in with a clean brush. This is not part of the E.L.F line, this is just from the Alama, and I'm just gonna go just on the outer part of that and drag it in just a little bit. Do the same thing here, just dragging it in towards the center. Now the next color that I'm going to work with is going to be this green shade right here called Bahama, which is this one right here. I'm going to try it by itself first to see the intensity of it. If I have to spritz it, I will. It has some shimmers in it, but I don't think it's meant to be just a shimmer. I think it is a matte. Let's try it on the eye. Yeah, it's more of a matte shadow than it is a sparkle shade, so it's not as intense as I wanted it to be. That's a bummer. Yeah, no, it's really powdery. Not my favorite shade in the palette at all. I'm gonna do the same thing that I did to this eye, and then we'll figure something else out to make it better. But that shade is kind of powdery, so if you guys are gonna use that shade, maybe put concealer down for it to stick on, because if you're just gonna go in straight with it, it's not going to stick. You guys see I've already done like 2-3 coats of it, and you can barely see it. Like, you can see it, but you can barely see it. So not a fan of that. Ooh, you guys see all that powder just sticking to the brush? No, 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 no. I'm gonna grab my finger here, and I'm gonna go into the shade Sip Sip, which is the shade right here, and put that over the green, which I hope that it helps it, because it doesn't look too good. There we go. I think that definitely made it look better. Shimmers, yay! That shimmer worked. Okay, good. It's the green that we put down underneath of it I did not like at all. I don't think that I'll be using that green, even though it looks like a really nice bright green shade. Not a fan. Okay, that looks better than what it did. I need like a shade in between those two colors because it looks kind of weird. I think I'm gonna grab the shade Disco, this purpley shade right here. It looks really pretty. I'm gonna also grab that with my finger here and just put that in the center. Kind of marry those two shades together. It looks alright. I'm kind of sad. The palette didn't work as well as I would have hoped it would. At least not the shades that I use. This disco one is pretty, but I don't know. It doesn't look as pretty as I thought it was going to. I'm gonna go back with that dark blue shade called Royal and see if I can just make it just a little bit darker. I don't know if I like this look or not, to be honest with you. I had just like a little bit of fallout, which wasn't too bad. That's not a big problem. They are really powdery, and that green shade is very, very powdery. Like all of it was sticking to the brush. It wasn't even going on my eye. So it could be the brush as well, but I don't know. The other one worked fine. I want a little bit of oomph in the inner corner, so I'm gonna add this shade Sea Salt, this one right here. Also grabbing it with my finger. I don't think these shades are gonna be really good. Like the shimmer shades are probably gonna be easier to use with your finger instead of using a brush. I'm gonna go ahead and use this brush for the lower lash line, and I think I'm just gonna grab that dark blue shade for the lower lash line called Royal again, the same one that I used in the outer corner. This one, oh my gosh, this palette is so powdery. I did put that shade also in my waterline and on the lower lash line. So that's it for the shadow. This palette is alright. Very, very powdery. That green shade, like I said, it's not what I wished it would be. I didn't use a lot of the shades. I used 7 of the shades out of 18. They're okay. I wish they weren't as powdery as they were, especially that green one, because that one is really pretty. It looks really pretty on the palette, but when you go to put it on your eye, not so much. Okay, let's move on here. And I did get an eyeliner here, a liquid liner. Let me go ahead and use that. When I first swatched this one on my unboxing on IG stories, it was really watery, so I'm gonna be very careful not to grab too much because I'm scared it's gonna bleed. It is still very watery, and I was careful that I didn't grab too much. Okay, just made a little wing, didn't make anything too crazy. Let's try the other side and make sure I don't do anything crazy there. Even though I try not to put too much on the wand, but when you take it out, it comes out with a lot. So I even tried to like do this so it wouldn't be too much, but I still had a lot. But it didn't bleed out, it looks fine. I did get their mascara. I think they have like 3 different ones. I got the E.L.F Keep Your Curl mascara, and it's just a black mascara. It is a plastic applicator, so we'll see how that goes. So I like that it's separating them, curl them, kind of. You guys know I'm really picky with my mascaras. I find it hard to find one that I really like. This one's definitely not going to be one of my ride or die mascaras. It does look nice, but it's not doing anything extra for me. And now the lips. I grabbed this lip liner set with a gloss. I'm gonna use not the pink for sure, even though it looks really pretty, but not that one. I think I'm gonna do the darkest one, which is this one. This is also part of their Retro Paradise collection. This one is in the shade, it doesn't say, it just says lip liner on it. Oh, I think it does say, but it's really, really small.
Nude 03.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips with this. I think I am gonna color in just a little bit here on the outer parts, not the center so much. Then I'm gonna put the gloss right over it, and it's a really pretty gloss. This is in the shade A Moment. It has a lot of different glitter shades in there. Smells really good. I do like it. And it's not like a sticky gloss. You can kind of feel the glitters, but nothing too bad. Very glossy. I didn't get e.l.f. lashes, but I am going to put on some lashes. These are from the House of Lashes in the style Aquamarine. I'm gonna go ahead and pop those on. I'll come back with some thoughts and the last item here, and we'll go through everything to see what I liked and what I didn't like. Alright guys, so I went ahead and added lashes, and now I'm gonna go ahead and spray my face here with the e.l.f. Dewy Setting Mist. I've used this before. I actually do really like it. Just know that if you are gonna purchase this item, the spritz is very crazy. It's very hard, so kind of spray away from your face because it's really wet. but it does leave your skin looking dewy, which is what I like. I'm hoping that it'll work with this foundation because it feels very tight, very dry, and I don't think that I will be using it again. Either that or if I try it again without that primer, because that primer I did not like. Let's go through everything here real quick just to see what I liked and what I didn't like. So start off with the moisturizer. The moisturizer felt nice. It feels more like a water cream than it does like a gel. Hydrating, I didn't really notice, I guess. Can't really say that it is hydrating. I haven't tried it before. This is the first time that I tried it, but I will keep trying this out and keep you guys posted on what I think about it. Next things that I used were these little lip balms. I do like them actually. They felt really hydrating. They were still on when I was putting on the lip liner, so they still were hydrating and felt really good on the lips. Oh, now next thing that I used were the brow stuff. Do not like this brow pencil. I will not keep using this brow pencil again. It was really bad. I think that I did talk about this in an empties video and said that it sucked and it still does. There's that. This one, of course, I do like, and I'm gonna keep using it even though I don't use the lash side. I do like the brow side because it just sets them in place all day. They feel just a tiny bit crunchy, but not too crazy. They feel really good, and they do stay on all day. So I do like this. The primer, I don't know if this is what's causing the foundation to feel really dry, but I did not love it. I don't like how my skin looks right now. So I don't know if it was this or if it was the foundation. I don't know, maybe I'll try it again with a different foundation to see if I like it or not. But I remember buying the green one of these. I think that one is like a hydrating one or something, I don't remember, but I didn't like that one, and I think that is why I don't like this one either. I don't feel like it did anything. Next thing is the foundation. Like I said, it feels really dry. I don't like how my skin looks, especially around this area right here where I put the powders on top. I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but it looks not dewy enough for me, I guess. It just looks really dry. I don't like it. Concealer, I've used this concealer before. I really do love it. I'm gonna keep using it, of course. I've used this one in the past, so nothing new there. I know a lot of people love it. This one is definitely a good one. Next thing was the setting powder. The setting powder was nice, but I don't think that this is what make my face feel dry at all. It's really light, so I don't think that it was this. I need to try it without that foundation just to see if it works better, but I didn't use a lot of it. I just used a tiny bit. It doesn't look bad. Okay, next thing that I used were the primer infused products. Now this one was the bronzer. I've used this bronzer before. I've had it for a while now. You guys can see I've already hit pan on it. I do like this one. Also, the blush was really nice. I really like the color of it. Very nice and peachy. I really like that one, so I'm gonna keep using that one. Next thing here that we have is the highlighter. It is very pretty. When I put it on my nose, I think that maybe because I scraped off the top part of it, like my nose went on really nicely. This finally looks better, I think, now that I've sprayed the dewy mist. But maybe you need to scrape off the top layer and then it'll work better. But it is very pretty. It is a very pretty highlighter. After that, I think I used this setting mist. Maybe this is what making my face feel so dry. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. Hopefully it does set it. I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and take this off later on today, so we'll see how my face looks at the end. Next thing that I tried was the Retro Paradise palette. When I first saw this, I was really excited because I really like the shades in here. They look so pretty. It is very powdery though, more than your usual powder. That green shade I did not like at all, because even when I'm swatching it, like, you can't even see it right there. But most of the powder was still stuck in the brush, and then it's really powdery. When you go in with a brush, it's really bad. I did not like it. If you guys see that, you guys see I'm barely tapping in there and you guys can see all that powder. Not a fan. And then when you do this, you guys see all that powder that comes off of the brush. That's a lot, dude. Not a fan. I do like how the look came out. They blended nicely. They're just really powdery. But I did like the other shades. The other shades are not too bad. This one, I kind of wish that it was a little bit better, because on here it looks really pretty. It has like a duochrome kind of feel to it, but then when you put it on, it doesn't look that way. So that was kind of a bummer. But the other shades work nicely. I'm gonna keep trying it out. Maybe I can make it work for me. The sponges are good. This one's kind of weird. I don't know, it applied my foundation on this side kind of weird. It definitely got more of a full coverage with this other one on this side than I got on this side. This little one for your concealer, I love this one. I'm gonna keep using it. Definitely like that it just fits right in there. I don't have to worry about trying to find a brush that fits in there or squeezing this one to try to get it in there. This one is perfect. I really like it. I'm gonna keep using this one for sure. And the lip products, they are very nice. They were so easy to apply. That lip liner just glides on. It wasn't hard or anything. It glides right on. It was really nice. I did like it. I'm gonna keep using these. I like that there's 3 nude colors and then you have your little pop of pink there. It looks really pretty. I do like the shades, and also the lip gloss feels really nice. It doesn't feel like sticky or anything. You can feel the glitters just a tiny bit, nothing that it's going to be like hurting your lips or anything like that. It felt really nice. And then of course the brushes. The brushes I felt like worked very well. The only thing was that brush that I used for the green shade. I think it was this one, the one that I tried to use the green shade with. It had all the green stuck in the brush. So I don't know if it's the brush, but I didn't like that it kind of stayed in there instead of trying to put it on my eye. So didn't like that. The face brushes were nice. I didn't use all of them. I think I used only 3 out of the 4, which are right here. I didn't use this one, which this one I could probably use like for foundation. They do feel really nice and soft. There's no issue in that. The handles are nice. Everything is nice about them. So the only thing, like I said, was the eye brushes. Just that one, that packing brush. I don't know if I like it. I'll have to try it with a different eyeshadow to see if it does the same thing with the shadows or if it's just the shadow that sucks. There is the eyeliner and the mascara. The mascara is actually pretty nice. It's not bad. Like I said though, I'm really picky with my mascaras just because my lashes are really short and stubby and I have to really work with them for a mascara to work the way that I want it to. And then there's the eyeliner. The eyeliner worked nice. It was still really watery, but it didn't bleed through, which I like. That is it for everything. Full face of E.L.F. except for the lashes, of course. I didn't get E.L.F. lashes. I thought I had some in my collection, but I think I must have thrown them out or something. But anyways, this is it. This is the full face of E.L.F. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm so glad to be back here making more videos for you guys. A lot of stuff coming to this channel. September is coming. It is Hispanic Heritage Month, I believe, starting the 15th of September going to October. I'm gonna do some videos related to Hispanic Heritage Month, which I'm super excited about. Also, I'm starting to plan out my Halloween stuff in October. I'm super excited this year. I hope to be the best one yet. Got some stuff planned and I'm super excited. Stay tuned. Lots of fun stuff coming your way. Hope that you guys like this one. If you are new and you made it this far, make sure that you hit the notification bell so that you're notified of when I upload. And I would love it if you would subscribe as well. Leave your comments down below. What did you guys like? What would you guys try any of these products? I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Toodles!